Welcome to this video log on the ancient city of Cairo in Egypt. Today I'll talk about our visit to the cavern church of Abu Serga. This occurred on our first day in Cairo that was supposed to be a rest day and to recover after our long flight, but seriously, the first day in Egypt they want you to relax? I don't think so. So just walking around the city from the hotel, we met a tour guide by the name of Mabet. He said he'd take us around, so we had a free day and $10 each in our pockets, so away we went with him for the next 7 hours. One of the first places we went to was the cavern church of Abu Serga. By tradition, this church was built over a cave where Joseph and Mary stayed after their long flight from Egypt, as recorded in Matthew 3, verses 13 through 23. The estimates of this Egyptian exile lasted anywhere between a few months to a couple of years, so they traveled about 300 miles from Bethlehem to Cairo as the crow flies, and supposedly they ended up living here at the place where this cavern church was built. There were other places that were likely. They could have gone to Alexandria, which had a population of almost 1 million Jews on the Mediterranean coast. They may also have ended up on Elephantine Island, which is located in the Nile River. That became an ancient Jewish military outpost in 650 BC. The cavern church is one of the oldest Coptic churches in Egypt. Coptic is a word that originally identified all Egyptians. Later it became synonymous with the native Christians in Egypt after the Muslim conquest. The church of Abu Serga dates back to the 4th century AD. It was also known as the Church of St. Sergius and St. Bacchus Coptic Orthodox Church. The church is dedicated to Saints Sergius and Bacchus. They were martyred during the 4th century in Syria by the Roman Emperor Maximum. The church was historically significant. It's the place where many patriarchs of the Coptic Church were elected. It is the Episcopal Church of Cairo and the seat of the Episcopal See of the district of Old Cairo. It replaced the former See of Babylon. Many bishops of the See were consecrated in the church up until the 11th century AD. The church is still considered to be a model of the early Coptic churches. The most precious and ancient of the icons are on the southern wall of the church. By the 11th century AD, the seat of the Coptic Orthodox Pope of Alexandria was moved to Cairo from Alexandria. This occurred after the Arab invasion of Egypt. This was the time of tenure of Pope Christodoulos in Cairo. At that time, there was another church called the Hanging Church in Cairo. It became the fixed and official residence of the Coptic Pope in 1047 AD. So that's when the cavern church began to lose influence. And there was actually some infighting that broke out between the Church of Saints Sergius and Bacchus and the Hanging Church, because Christodoulos wanted to be consecrated in the Hanging Church. The ceremony traditionally took place at the Church of the Saints of Sergius and Bacchus. So that's a little bit of the background on this church. It's got some interesting stuff in it, and we found it very enlightening. We can't say with any certainty that this is where Joseph and Mary actually came to when they left Bethlehem because of the edict issued by Herod for the death of all the children in the surrounding area. But it's a possibility, I suppose, and like so many other traditional places that you go and visit, you just have to take it all with a little bit of a grain of salt.